If you're in the market for a premium compact crossover but don't want to pay a high price, a trip down to your local Hyundai or Ford dealer may be in order.
Sure, both these cars are available in basic forms, but fully loaded versions of the Hyundai Santa Fe Sport and Ford Escape border on entry-level luxury.
So which one of these two is the better premium compact crossover? Time to find out.
The Hyundai Santa Fe Sport we have here is powered by a turbocharged 2-liter 4-cylinder engine that makes 264 horsepower and 269 pound-feet of torque. That's paired to a 6-speed automatic transmission that sends power to all 4 wheels. Fuel economy for this setup is rated at 18 miles per gallon in the city and 24 miles per gallon on the highway. Now, a base Santa Fe Sport costs under $26,000 after destination charges. Our car, as tested with the technology package, comes in at around $37,000.
The Ford Escape is available with 3 engines, but those looking for the most power want to opt for the 2-liter turbocharged 4-cylinder unit that makes 240 horsepower and 270 pound-feet of torque. Power is sent to all 4 wheels through a 6-speed automatic transmission, although front-wheel drive is available. Even though both these vehicles use a turbocharged 2-liter engine, and they both have all-wheel drive and weigh roughly the same, the Escape is still rated much higher when it comes to fuel efficiency, at 21 miles per gallon in the city and 29 miles per gallon on the highway. Pricing for the Escape starts much lower than the Santa Fe at $23,505 after destination charges. Our fully loaded titanium 2-liter EcoBoost all-wheel drive, though, came in at almost $38,000, thanks to virtually every single option box being checked off.
Hyundai's compact crossover offering is actually one of the biggest in the segment, sitting at 6 inches longer and 1.5 inches wider than the Ford Escape, but it's actually lighter. The 19-inch wheels further enhance the Santa Fe Sport's added size advantage, and overall the car gives off a very premium impression. At the front of the car, there's the eye-catching chrome grille and HID xenon headlights with LED accents. While around back, there's a subtle spoiler and chrome twin exhaust exits that hint that this is a turbocharged model. The technology package also adds LED taillights and some nice goodies on the inside.
The Ford Escape features a unique shape with the blunt front end that I'm still not completely sold on. Now, not only is this vehicle smaller than the Santa Fe Sport, but it's small for the compact crossover class in general. Ford is trying hard to make the Escape one of the sportier offerings in the segment, and is offered with 19-inch wheels found in our test vehicles. Although the 235 with tires and skinny 45 series profile are impressive, the overall design is not. The sport theme continues in the back, where Ford has equipped the vehicle with dual exhausts that flank the optional Class 4 hitch.
There's a decent blend of materials in the Santa Fe Sport, and overall the interior design doesn't feel as cluttered as what you find in the Escape. There's also a huge panoramic sunroof, which is way bigger than the Escape's, and there's a ton of features that the Ford doesn't even offer, like cooled seats and a heated steering wheel. But hop into the back seat of the Santa Fe Sport and it all starts to come together for this Hyundai. This is a car that caters to passengers with these window shades and is perfect for road trips. The rear seats are heated and can recline quite a bit. The 2 seats are even on rails and can slide forward for more cargo room or backwards for more legroom. When it comes to cargo space, the Hyundai loses a few points for not having a power liftgate, but you are able to fold the rear seats from back here, and there's an under tray storage area.
Up front, the Escape is a bit of a mixed bag. These seats are incredibly comfortable, and the leather used on them is far more premium than that used in the Santa Fe Sport. The dashboard and doors have richer materials, but it's a bit of a cluttered mess up here, as there's far too many textures, designs, and elements that have gone into this dashboard. It also sits really close to the driver, and it makes the smaller Escape feel even more claustrophobic. And then in the back, things get worse. There is enough legroom and headroom for adult passengers, but all the nice finishes found on the front doors are completely lacking in the back, as they've been replaced by hard plastics. Unlike the Santa Fe, these seats are not on rails, and they don't recline quite as much. The only positive is there is a 110-volt plug, which is absent in the Hyundai. There is a deceiving amount of cargo space in the back of the Escape. The numbers have it that the Ford is only slightly less than the Hyundai, even though the Hyundai looks far bigger. Plus, the Escape has a power liftgate, which the Hyundai doesn't. This is the foot-waving, hands-free liftgate that only Ford offers. . '
Now that I'm done gushing about the interior of the Hyundai Santa Fe Sport, it's time to talk about the way it drives. And sadly, I have to report that this car isn't as sharp or sporty as the Ford Escape. And not that that's a bad thing. I mean, this is a car that's catered towards families, and you want something that's comfortable and roomy. So it doesn't really matter that the steering is a little vague, and even though there are 3 settings to change the steering effort, none of that does anything to change that impression. And it doesn't really matter that the suspension is a little soft because you want your passengers riding in comfort. Now, in terms of fuel economy, we were expecting the Hyundai Santa Fe Sport to be much worse than it is right now. As it stands, we're actually seeing about half a mile per gallon worse than what we're getting in the Ford, which is far better than we thought it would be. Now, one more thing that really makes this car perfect for road tripping or for families is just how well it insulates sound. There's no tire noise, there's no wind noise, there's no engine noise. It's a very serene cabin, and I really like that.
As mentioned earlier, Ford intends this crossover to be quite sporty. It's got nicely weighted steering that is very direct. In fact, it might be a little too direct for some consumers, as the Escape can get a little bit darty at highway speeds. Even though the Escape is down on power compared to the Santa Fe, it feels faster despite weighing a little bit more. More importantly, the whole drivetrain in this vehicle operates a lot smoother. Power on and off is instant, and the transmission is seamless in its operation. The Santa Fe Sport feels hesitant at times, and you never get that sensation in the Escape. With the lower profile tires, the Escape does handle better than the Santa Fe Sport. Attack and on-ramp with aggression, and you can feel this vehicle hang on better. Again, this isn't a sports car, but it is a little more composed when the roads get twisty. The downside to having a responsive vehicle, though, comes at the expense of ride quality and road noise. Both are deemed worse in the Escape than in the Hyundai. When it comes to the question as to which of these two compact crossovers is more premium, the answer is quite simple. The Ford Escape offers a more refined driving experience, while the Hyundai Santa Fe Sport feels more upscale inside for all passengers.
And seeing how these are people-carrying crossovers and not sports cars, the roomier and more comfortable Santa Fe Sport takes the win.